Hey guys, my name is Jacqueline Beck and I'm really excited that you stumbled upon this YouTube video. I run a hand lettering business called Beck Etc. where I create hand lettered signs. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 6 biggest mistakes I see people make when hand lettering. These 6 mistakes have to do with upstrokes, downstrokes, spacing of letters, connecting letters, quitting too early, and what you're lettering on. I'm going to share with you what these 6 mistakes are and a quick fix for each one. Alright, mistakes 1 and 2 kind of go hand in hand, upstrokes and downstrokes. The words upstroke and downstroke come from traditional hand lettering or calligraphy, where a person uses a paintbrush or a calligraphy pen to create thicker and thinner strokes. I don't teach hand lettering with any fancy tools. All I use are a pencil, a pen, whatever, so that you can do it at home with whatever you have on hand. So to create those upstrokes and downstrokes, it's really important to keep the upstrokes nice and thin and the downstrokes nice and thick. The biggest mistake I see with these are when people reverse which one is thick and which one is thin, or whenever there isn't a big enough difference between your upstroke and your downstroke. This isn't like the eyeliner game where you make one eye thick and then you have to make the other eye thicker and then you make this one thicker and then all of a sudden you're like, bah, raccoon eyes. This is not like that. You can go pretty thick on the downstrokes without it looking weird. So I encourage you, if you're not really satisfied with how your letters are looking, to make your downstrokes even thicker, twice as thick even. Another easy trick I have with this is to label where your upstrokes and your downstrokes lie. I have all of the letters in the alphabet labeled for you in my free hand lettering guide, which you can get down below. So that was mistake 1 and 2. They go right along hand in hand. Mistake number 3 is the spacing of letters. The problem with this is that oftentimes people will practice the individual letters more than they're practicing words. The problem with practicing only individual letters is that whenever you go to put the letters together, there might be awkward gaps. To fix this problem, it's important just to try new words. What I like to do is focus on a word that makes me feel powerful, that makes me feel strong, and just focus on that word. I'll draw one word over and over and over and over for a week. I find that practicing words helps with the spacing issue more than anything else. Some really simple words to try are the word hi, hello, and life. I find that these words are really friendly when it comes to hand lettering. The 4th mistake I see people make is when they try to connect letters. Connecting letters can be tricky because there isn't a hard and fast rule. Each letter connects to each other letter in a different way. The best way to get through this is practice. I know that's not the best answer, but what I encourage you to try is connecting letters in different and unique ways. There are no right and wrong ways to connect your letters, and you'll be surprised at how easy it comes when you just start practicing. Some of the trickiest letters to connect are letters that start at the bottom, end at the top, and then go into a letter that starts at the bottom. What I mean by that is like the letter O will start at the bottom and end at the top, but the letter R starts at the bottom. This is where you have tons of creative freedom to try to connect that letter that ends at the top and the next letter that ends at the bottom. Try to finagle all the different ways you can do that. Mistake number 5 that I see people make way too often is that people quit too early. Hand lettering is one of the easiest skills to learn, however, it's not one of the fastest to learn. I say it's the easiest to learn because you can learn it anywhere. I learned to letter in college when I was probably the busiest I've ever been in my life. I would practice in class by writing headlines to notes or the name of the class or my name, and then I would just take the notes. The most important part about this one is that you take the pressure off. It is not the end of the world if you write a word and it looks ugly. Worst case scenario, you throw the piece of paper away. It's really not a big deal. All right, mistake number 6. The last mistake I see people making is that you're only lettering on things that aren't important to you. All right, this mistake is a little bit different from the other ones and comes a little bit later. If you've been practicing your lettering for a while, you know your upstrokes and downstrokes, you know how to connect most letters to each other, and it's still not exactly how you want it, I want to encourage you to letter on something that has meaning for you. When I first started, nothing was safe. I would letter on everything. I would go to the Dollar Tree, I would pick up mugs, I would pick up glass things, I would pick up candles, whatever, and I would letter on them. If someone left something around the house, it could end up with letters on it. The next most important step is to write on something that has value to you. This doesn't have to be a family heirloom or the welcome sign to your wedding. All I want you to do is go find a coffee mug from the Dollar Tree, an old coffee mug in your cupboard, and I want you to write on it. Grab a Sharpie and write something on it. If you've been practicing for a while and all you're doing is writing in a journal and then shoving it back in your backpack where no one can see it, what's the point? The quickest way to get better at this is to write on things that you see in your house. It is so fun to have things in your home that you created, even if they're a little wonky. In fact, I think it is so much more valuable to have something in your home that you created that looks a little bit weird rather than something that someone in a corporation slapped a word on and sold to you for $3. So my last tip for you is to go out and buy something that you want letters on and just go for it. In fact, I feel so strongly about this that I've created some hand lettering kits that give you all of the tools you need to create your very own hand lettered sign. If you've been practicing hand lettering for a while and you know it's time for the next step, this is perfect for you. These kits have everything in them that you need to create your very own hand lettered sign. Anyone can buy a kit, even if you're a beginner. If you are a beginner, I've created another video just for these kits that teaches you how to write the word worthy on a sign step by step. However, if you're not a beginner, you can order the same kit and you'll get everything you need to write any word you want on your sign. If you want more information about these kits, follow the link in the description below. Let's recap. The 6 biggest mistakes I see people making. Excuse me. Let's recap. The 6 biggest mistakes I see people making are with their upstrokes and downstrokes, spacing letters out too far or not far enough, having trouble connecting different letters, quitting too soon and not exploring the creativity that can come out of hand lettering, and finally, not lettering on things that bring any value to you. Remember that the more you practice, the better you'll get, but if you're staying inside of a really safe little box, you'll never improve past the point of the walls of that box. Does that make sense? My hope for you is that you're able to step out of the rules of hand lettering and that you're more capable of being creative and feeling that creativity, because that's where the magic happens. It's not in the rules, it's not in the proportions of each letter, it's where your creativity is able to come out and be expressed. I would love to make some more videos for y'all and would love to know what you want next. Leave a comment below telling me what you struggle with most in hand lettering. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, hit the subscribe button and go ahead and share it with a friend as well. Thank you so much for watching along and keep an eye out for my next video. Bye!